Why do we live? What makes a life truly meaningful? We chase goals, collect moments, upgrade everything, yet a quiet voice keeps asking, is this all? That feeling after a big win or a perfect weekend debrief, high, followed by a hollow echo isn't, a glitch, it's a clue. Tonight, let's follow that clue all the way down. Not into a sermon, not into trendy self-help, but into a clear, practical insight the Buddha taught 2,500 years ago, one that modern psychology keeps rediscovering from new angles. By the end, you won't just have an answer. You'll have a path you can start walking today. Modern life sells a simple promise. The point is to be happy. Do more, have more, feel good more. We set ladders everywhere, grades, jobs, status, experiences, and climb like our lives depend on it. But the strange thing about ladders is this. The higher you climb, the further the top moves. The new phone becomes normal. The promotion becomes pressure. The vacation turns into a memory you try to outdo next year. It's not that success is bad, it just doesn't fix the restlessness at the center. Thing about people who reach the mountaintop, artists, founders, icons, only to admit an inner unfinishedness, not because they failed, but because their human heart, left untrained, turns every victory into a new craving. You can win the world and still lose your peace if the mind keeps whispering, more. The problem isn't that we desire it, that we believe desire's next bite will finally fill us, and it never does for long. Here, the pivot the Buddha offered. Life as central project, ISNT, squeezing out maximum pleasure. It's understanding and ending suffering at its roots. Suffering here isn't melodrama, it's that friction you feel when things change. When you cling, when you compare, when you fear losing what you love or not getting what you want. The Buddha mapped this experience with unusual clarity. Craving, aversion, and confusion tie the knots. Awareness, ethics, and wisdom untie them. This isn't about running from the world. It's about relating to it differently. Enjoy the coffee, the music, the work. Just stop trying to make them carry the burden of your entire happiness. When you shift from how do I get more to what am I clinging to and can I let go a little, something subtle changes. Joy shows up as a side effect of sanity, not the prize of constant chasing. So, how do we practice that sanity? The path the Buddha taught is often pictured as an 8-spoked wheel because every spoke supports the whole. You don't need a monastery, a robe, or a perfect life to begin. You need sincerity, a little courage, and small daily steps. Start with right view and right intention. Right view isn't blind belief, it's the willingness to see clearly. Everything changes. Clinging tightens the knot. Letting go softens it. Right intention means you aim your life toward non-harm, kindness, and clarity. These two are like setting your compass before the journey. Right speech, right action, right livelihood make that compass real. Guard your words. Fewer exaggerations, less gossip, more truth delivered with care. Align your actions with your values, even when nobody's watching. Choose work that doesn't poison your conscience. Things isn't a moral scoreboard, it's a nervous system detox. When your choices stop pricking you, your mind settles by itself. Then train the mind directly. Right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. Right effort is gentle, persistent, watering what's wholesome, starving what's not. 8. Notice the first spark of envy or irritation and choose not to feed it. Right mindfulness is full, non-reactive presence. Body, feelings, thoughts, and the patterns beneath them. You're not trying to control experience, just see it accurately. And right concentration is the quiet strength that grows when you practice focusing on the breath. A phrase, a sensation until the scattered mind finds its home base again. These aren't 8 separate courses, they braid together. Honesty steadies attention. Attention reveals where you're stuck. Seeing where you're stuck softens your speech and choices. The wheel turns, and with it, the texture of your days shifts. The anger spike is shorter. The comparison game loses its grip. Ordinary moments become vivid because you're actually there for them. Will life still bring loss, illness, uncertainty? Of course, but with practice, your mind stops adding extra suffering on top. You meet pain with care instead of panic. You meet joy with gratitude instead of greed. You meet change with a bow instead of a fight. The bucket of your heart, once leaking from 1,000 tiny holes, starts to hold water. View. Want a doorway to begin today? Try this. For 1 week, practice tiny renunciations, not grand sacrifices, tiny ones. Put the phone down mid-scroll when you notice you're numbing out. Speak one less cutting sentence. Eat until satisfied, not stuffed. Set a 5-minute alarm and sit with your breath. Each tiny renunciation is a quiet vote for freedom, a micro move from compulsion to choice. You'll feel the difference faster than you think. And remember, this path isn't anti-jaw. It's pro-real jaw, the kind that doesn't depend on perfect conditions. When clinginess loosens, simple things shine. A breeze through the window, a shared laugh, the relief of telling the truth. You stop chasing sunlight reflections on the wall and step into the actual light. If this perspective clicked for you even a little, don't leave it as interesting. Pick one spoke of the wheel and practice it today. Try truthful, kind speech for 24 hours. Try 5 mindful breaths before you reply to a difficult message. Try one tiny renunciation when craving shouts. Then notice. Did the knot loosen? View. Want more calm, more clarity, fair, and a deeper kind of happiness that doesn't vanish overnight? Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. We explore ancient wisdom and modern tools you can use right now, practically, gently, consistently. Drop a comment with the one practice you're starting today, and I'll reply with suggestions to help. 2. Until then, be a lamp unto yourself, one wise breath, one kind act at a time. And yes, remember to subscribe for more content like this.